The purpose of the transitions curriculum is to help former Mormons who are still interested in Jesus to pursue that or to explore that in a different way, and particularly in the context of historic biblical Christianity. But a lot of churches want to build on that foundation and on that purpose to really take transitions to the next level. And so this video is designed to explore how to use the transitions curriculum and how to make the most of it in the context of a disciple-making church culture. So the first thing to understand is that we use transitions to help former Mormons become full circle followers of Jesus. And so transitions is not just about helping former Latter-day Saints deal with those transitional issues that are so important, loss of trust and a new identity and culture shock and all those things. Those things are very important, but it's not just about that. And then transitions is also not just about helping a former Latter-day Saint develop a healthy relationship with Jesus or a healthy relationship with a new local church, a new faith community. That's all very important, but the way we want to use transitions goes beyond that. Our goal for transitions is that it becomes a place where we can connect former Mormons with full circle disciples of Jesus, connect them together who can mentor them so that these former Latter-day Saints can become full circle followers of Christ themselves. And what we mean when we talk about full circle followers of Jesus, that's explained in another video in this training series called Foundations for Leaders. So make sure you take a look at that because that shows us what we have in mind for our picture of maturity for people, whether they're former Mormons or not. And so our goal is that then that former Latter-day Saint coming into faith in Christ, that they go full circle in their relationship with God, and as they do that, then they become equipped to help other people pursue God as well. That's the long-term goal of how we see the transitions program working in the local church. Now, with that in mind, there's a second principle that you need to understand if you're going to lead transitions. You got to understand this, and that is transitions serves as an on-ramp into the church's discipleship structure. What we mean by that is transitions does not stand alone in the life of the local church, but we want to seek to integrate it into everything we do to make disciples. So transitions is not a destination, it's not an end in itself, but rather it's just a starting point, and it serves then as a gateway for a certain group of people to enter into the discipleship ministry of the church, and it's a gateway to then a baseline discipleship curriculum, the kind of things that we normally use to make disciples that follow up on the heels of transitions. So our goal for the participants in transitions is not just that they complete the transitions class, but they begin to become integrated into the whole discipleship ministry of the life of the church. And so by the time they're done with transitions, our expectation is that they're going to be handed off. They're going to be handed off to a small group or handed off to a mentor or both who can help them continue their pursuit of God and help them continue to go full circle. In fact, in some situations, the mentoring might start in the transition group itself. In other situations, the transitions group might morph into a small group on an ongoing basis if all the pieces are in place. But what I'm trying to say is that the transitions ministry, if you lead it, then you need to see it in the big picture of the whole discipleship ministry of the church, and you need to see it as an on-ramp or a gateway into the rest of that ministry, not just as a standalone event in the lives of people. And now, the third thing that you need to understand if you're going to lead transitions is that transitions is managed as a small group. And what we mean by that is that there are certain principles that govern how we develop leadership, how we lead groups, how we develop people, how we create an environment. All of the same principles that dictate our small groups are also the same principles we're going to use to create the environment and the ministry of transitions. And all of those are outlined in our small group training. That's why small group training is part of this leadership structure, part of this training experience. So we encourage you to go through small group training because that's going to help you to understand how to lead and manage your transitions group. So we're excited about transitions at at church, and we really think that it can be a powerful ministry to help former Latter-day Saints really grow in their faith. It's just that we want to make sure that it's integrated into the whole discipleship structure so that it really can maximize its potential for helping people pursue God.